Good afternoon, welcome back. This is Rich, this is the Suffolk Crunch, and this is matchday preview time again. Chelsea versus Town this Sunday at Stamford Bridge with a 2 p.m. kickoff. If you're going, don't go expecting a 3 p.m. kickoff. It is 2 o'clock. Town travel to the Bridge to play Champions League chasing Chelsea. Obviously, Town 12 points now, the gap between ourselves and Wolves. So the season is all but done. But it's a trip to be enjoyed. Last time I went there was, I think it was 14 years ago, FA Cup. Town lost 7-0. Ian McParland was temporary manager. Roy Keane had just been sacked. So if you think things are bad now, just have a look at where we were back then. Anyway, let's go for 150 likes on this video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It's absolutely free. We're on the way to 8,500. Done a Chelsea preview pod this afternoon. Don CFC, that will be out later. Done 47 minutes on there. Plenty of chat about Town and a lot of chat about the main hot topic, Liam Delap. And yeah, what do we all think? Obviously, it was revealed. As I need a drink. Hang on, it's warm out here. I think it was Tuesday afternoon. Nick Ames broke the story in The Guardian of the 30 million relegation clause for Liam Delap. Town heads, fans' heads on the socials were absolutely on Mars. People's heads falling off all over the place. And Kieran McKenna come out today and said in his presser, he could be here next summer. I don't think he will be, let's be totally honest. But yeah, look, there's a lot of things that goes on in a transfer, and Town fans have to realise that we are a small fish now in a big pond. And when we're dealing with a club like Manchester City and players' agents, they hold all the aces. Look, is it disappointing? Yes. Is it true? Probably, when you think it's literally been reported everywhere now. I think Sky Sports got hold of it, Fabrizio Romano. It's in the local press. Is it disappointing that we could have made more money on Liam Delap? Yes. Did a lot of Town fans say in the summer, it's a lot of money. He's not done a lot of Hull. He's not done a lot of Preston. He's not done a lot of Stoke when he was on loan. Yeah, of course they did. Harry Hindsight is the best football pundit out there. And I don't think there's anybody really thought that he was going to have the impact that he did. Is it disappointing? Yeah, of course it is. But I think as fans, we have no control over this. So I think we just need to see what happens in the summer. Just enjoy Liam Delap for the next 7 games. I think he's got a little injury, Kieran said. Got a bit of a tickle in my throat. But, excuse me. Yeah, so hopefully he'll be playing on Sundays. He's picked up a heavy knock last week against Wolves. I'd fully expect him to be in the lineup at Stamford Bridge on Sunday. Also today in the presser, Kieran was asked by Stuart Watson, would he be here next season? And it was a resounding yes. He said he's proud to manage Ipswich Town and it's a bright future. He's saying all the right things. Do I expect Kieran McKenna to be in the dugout next season? Yes, 100%. I think he'll be here. And I think we should be really proud that he's our manager for what he's achieved so far. Has he made mistakes this season? Yeah, I think he'll probably admit that he has. But like I've said on here before, I think it's a learning curve for Kieran, players and fans. And I think Kieran's still held in very, very high esteem in the football world. And I think we should be really lucky that he's our manager. So I'm really looking forward to next season with him. But he will become under pressure, probably for the first time, I think, in his tenure at Town. He had to get us out of League One. I think that was his first objective. But I think getting us to the Premier League in the first time of asking, I think it was unbelievable. And I think I've said on here before, he had a free hit this season. And look, would we rather be a Southampton with sacking 2 managers, a Leicester probably going to get onto their 3rd manager very soon? No, I'd rather stick with Kieran McKenna, and hope that he's learned from his mistakes. And when we go down, hopefully he can bring us back up, and then he can show us all in 2 seasons' time that he has learned. But yeah, that was the news coming out of the presser. Amari Hutchinson not going to be fit. He's still suffering from, I think, a hamstring injury picked up in the first training session after the England under-21s game. So he'll obviously be disappointed. He would have been looking forward to a return to Stamford Bridge. Obviously, Town signed him from Chelsea. But team lineup for me on Sunday, I would go with Alex Palmer in the nets. I think it's still important. I've seen a few fans saying now we're all but down, we shouldn't be playing any loan players and players who are leaving. I don't get on board with that. Play your best players that are available for the remaining 7 games. I think that's what we should do. Axel Tuanzebe, Dar O'Shea, Cameron Burgess, who probably could be leaving Town for Girona. That was reported in the week. There's a video up on the channel, just a short. So if you haven't watched that, go and see that. Check it out. Hit the like button. And Connor Townsend, does he keep his place at right back? I'm going to go with Leif Davis. I'm always a little bit biased with Leif because I think he's a great player. People will say he's not so good defensively, but I think, I would be playing Leif Davis on Sunday. I would also be bringing in Calvin Phillips for the skipper Sam Morsey with Jens Kajust in midfield. Sticking with Ben Johnson on the right. I think we need that defensive stability, and he always puts in a good shift, I think, Ben Johnson away from home, and it'd be nice to see him get 3 league starts on the bounce. So I'm sticking with him on the right, in Ciso in the 10, and I am bringing in Jack Clark on the left-hand side. We could stick with Nathan Broadhead. I thought he was really, really poor last Saturday. I thought he was very, very weak, and I don't think he had his best game. I think the game passed him by, so I'm bringing in Jack Clark. You could play Jaden Philogene out there, but at the minute, I'm going to put Jack Clark out there, Liam Delap up front, and that is my lineup. But I do think it doesn't really matter who we play on Sunday. We're playing a Chelsea team who are chasing the Champions League, very strong at home. Only lost 2 games all season to Man City and to Fulham. Not so great away from home. Obviously, Enzo Maresca in the dugout. Kieran has faced him 3 times so far. He has a victory and 2 draws as we go into Sunday's game. And if we get anything out of this game and Kieran is still unbeaten against Maresca, I think we'll all be really, really happy. But for a score prediction for me, look, Chelsea had a win last night, didn't they, in the Conference League, and they should win that comfortably. And their goal this season is obviously not challenging for Champions League football, but getting Champions League football. They need to be playing in that competition after the money that they've spent. And now with 5 places up for grabs, that's probably where the main interest lies within the Premier League, because titles all but sealed, relegation all but sealed. It's been a pretty boring season. Let's just say it as. Obviously, from a Town point of view, it's not been that great, but I just don't think it's been a great Premier League. But then if Liverpool win it, they're not going to grumble, are they? They're not going to worry about Man City not being that good and Arsenal being a bit off the pace. But yeah, Chelsea, they're looking for Champions League football. Cole Palmer's not scored for 13 games, I think it is. He's fired blanks. So I can see him getting on the score sheet on Sunday. I'm going to go for... I can't see a result coming for Town here. I honestly can't. Obviously, we're looking for our first double. We beat them 2-0 at Portman Road. I don't see us doing the double this season, I'm afraid, Town fans. I'm going to go for Chelsea. I'll go for Chelsea 2, Ipswich Town 0. I think it'll be a comfortable home victory, and Town will move one step closer to relegation back to the Championship. Not confirmed yet, but it's probably going to be confirmed in a couple of games' time. I think Wolves at home to Spurs on Sunday. I can see them getting a result there after Tottenham were in Europa League action last night, and they've obviously got the return leg in the week, so they'll probably have their eyes on that game. But yeah, look, just have to make the most of these remaining 7 games. There's some good away days, obviously Sunday at the Bridge, and then we've also got to go to Everton and Newcastle, and then Leicester, which might be another win for Town. But I don't think we're getting anything out of the game Sunday. Sorry to be negative. I would rather call it I'm being realistic. There'll be people probably in the comments, and get all your comments in. It'd be great. What do you think to McKenna staying? What do you think to Liam Delap? What do you think to the comments? Kieran said today that he could be a Town player next season. Do you think there's any truth in that rumour? And get your score predictions in. But yeah, it's also great when we have loads of comments. I think the Sunday strike, well, it was a Saturday sit down after last Saturday's game against Wolves. I think we've had nearly 3,200 watch that. Loads of comments, over 100 comments, which is absolutely brilliant. A few more of these to do, and then we'll do some season reviews. So if you want to get involved in that, it would be great to give me your season reviews at the end of the season. We'll get through a load of questions there, but if you want to get involved in that, you know where I am on the socials, or if you've got my number, just drop me a message saying you'd like to do a season review video. Try and keep them as positive as we can, please, folks. I know it's hard, but yeah, let's go for 150 likes. Smash the subscribe button, and we will see you at Stamford Bridge if you're there. Might do the Sunday stroll Sunday evening. I'm off Monday. It might be the Monday meander. But if you're going to the game, enjoy the game. If you're not, and you're watching on the box, let's hope for a positive performance from Town. I'm not expecting a positive result, but in football, as Greavesy said, you never know. It's a funny old game. See you on the next video.